Between those lines, it's a physical battle. But off the field, there's an even bigger battle, one that we can't see. And just like these players put on the armor to protect themselves from physical harm, we must also put on the armor of God to protect ourselves from the enemy. This is faith and football. Welcome back to another episode of Faith and Football. Today we got another very special guest, someone I got to follow throughout his whole career, most recently in his college career. Former Marlin Bulldog, former La Vega Pirate, former Tyler Junior College Apache, and Boise State Bronco, Taequan Tyler, bro. What's up, man?
Not much, man. Just taking it day by day, man. Trying to get better as an
Man,
overall
let's go.
person. I'm a dad now, so
Absolutely, man. Yeah, me and your dad go way back.
yeah.
Me and your dad go way back. He worked at my first job that I ever worked at, so me and him were always tight. So it's good to see y'all's relationship and how everything's working out with y'all. Man, let's dive into it. Let's dive into your career. Obviously, you started out in Marlin, and then you worked your way over to La Vega. What went into that process? I kind of watched it play out, but what was y'all's mindset, you and your family's mindset of going to making the switch to La Vega?
I actually would have stayed at Marlin, man, if I played with the same people that I had my freshman year. You know, we went to the second round. We lost to number one Newton Eagles. That was kind of hard, but my sophomore year it was just kind of like a lot on my back, man. As far as like uh the toll that my body was taking, like getting like 25, 30 carries a game, which like any athlete that love that, but like it was just kind of like what I'm saying, taking a downfall. Then Coach Hood had left, thank God that I'm able to be with him again, like learning from him as a coach now. But yeah, Coach
Chilton.
Hood had left the program, and then me and my family just took things in consideration, and La Vega felt like home. I was actually supposed to go to La Vega my freshman year, but me being from Marlin, I was just like, nah, I want to play for Marlin. You know what I'm saying? Just play with my guys that I grew up with. But yeah, that was the thing with that. I went on to La Vega. I lost 3 games. My junior year, we went to the fifth round. We lost to Carthage. They was the number one team in the state. We lost by a field goal. My senior year, we lost 2 early games to Argyle and Austin LBJ, and then we went on to win state. I mean, that's everybody's dream as a little kid to win state. But now that I look back at it, I mean, I don't really just like think about it unless somebody like bring it up or something. But yeah, that was a,
Yeah.
that was a very special, special, very
That's what I
special
was
moment
working
for me.
my way up to. I know you won state y'all senior year, 2018-19, right? And y'all had some runs before that. I know La Vega had some runs. They were like undefeated, and then they would lose like in the first round or second round. They didn't make the playoff run, and
Yeah.
y'all finally broke through that. What do you remember most about that season? Obviously, you said y'all lost 2 early games, but then y'all finished out the season, and I think y'all got revenge on Argyle, right? Didn't y'all play them again?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was that like for y'all? That whole season, that championship season.
I mean, bro, it was like a brotherhood. Like everything was gelled together. I mean, like nobody wants to lose, but I mean, that really didn't phase us. We knew that we were gonna win state. It was kind of like a swagger that we had. But I mean, yeah, the most memories is creating bonds. Like we had 12 people signed to go play football at the next level. Um, I mean, I can still call those guys today. We still talk, on breaks. Some of them still in college, so we'll meet up sometimes. You know, uh, I mean, it was very special, man. But that's what it takes to win state, man. That's what I'm trying to bring here, like bring everybody together, gel together. Like we 2 games away from getting there, man. It'll be fun to do it as a coach, under Coach Hewitt and Coach Mass and several other guys that coach, like Coach Lane. You got Coach Shaw, he from Marlin, and my guy Trey Brooks, Terrence Nathan. So I mean, we all want it. We all want it. It's 2 games away. We're gonna take it one day at a time, one rep at a time. But yeah,
It's
we
crazy how
should get there.
everything comes full circle. Like you started in Marlin under Coach Hewitt, now you're coaching under him in Chilton, right down the road. Obviously, when you're in La Vega, everybody kind of has that championship pedigree. Everybody expects the La Vegas, the Marts, people, the schools like that. I think y'all won the same year. I don't know if it was that first season or if it was the most recent one. But I know, La Vega and Mark go kind of hand in hand with state runs. Obviously now Marlins back in the fold. Marlins making state runs now, making deep playoff runs. And now where you're at, Chilton, who's known for the same thing, they've had state runs and stuff like that before too. So what has this season been like as a coach on that side of it, coaching kids and kind of having that effect on them?
Yeah, a lot of them look up to me because yeah, they know my background. Me going to Division 1. So, man, I just try to instill in them that like you can make it, or like what route you got to go. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to get them looked at by coaches. We had a couple colleges come to the game last week in Belton and check out some of my seniors and younger underclassmen. But man, I'm just trying to like teach them the ropes early, like as far as work ethic, number one, academics in college. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to give them everything that I learned on the way, so they can be more successful than I was at the next level. That's
And
the main thing.
you won state, and then you went to Tyler Junior
Mm.
College, who I didn't even know had a football team. I had been out there a few times, and you went out there, and then you played a year there, and then went on to Boise State. What was that process like? Obviously, Boise's way up there in Idaho. What led to that? What led to that process? And obviously, you got to play on the blue turf. So,
Yeah,
what was that whole process like for you? And congratulations, man, going D1. That's
yeah,
huge.
man. So when I went to Tyler Junior College, I actually was like on the red shirt until we had a couple scrimmages in fall camp, and then I was, doing my thing against the first team defense. And the coach put me to the side. He was like, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna put you at running back. So uh I was actually like the fourth string running back until like the first couple of games we were getting blew out. And then I got in the game, like made an impact. So I started moving up and progressing up the depth chart as the year went on. But um unfortunately I was able enough to get enough film uh within the games I played and receive a couple offers. I had Colorado, Tech, I think it was Arizona, and then I had Boise State. Um, Looking back at it, man, I wish I would have stayed another year at JUCO so I could explore more options. But I dove into Boise State because of running back option. They had like 13 years in a row, 1,000-yard rushers, Ajay Ajayi, Matt Doug, some guys like
Ian
that. So
Johnson, yeah.
I thought, what I'm saying, I can make a name for myself and fall into that category. But it was a fun experience at Boise, man. I got to meet some people. I met some guys from Texas up there, what I'm saying, that we created a great bond. They like my brother. So I mean, it was a fun experience, man. I can come back home and tell people that I went to Boise State. Like it was like 30 hours away, real cold, but man, it was very fun. Uh, and now that I hope to God people that's under me now and on that road, man.
And we've seen Boise State make those runs too. Obviously, they were I forgot what year it was, obviously, but when they played Oklahoma
Oh
in
yeah, '07, I think
it
'07,
was the
yeah,
Orange Bowl, right? It was the
yeah,
Orange Bowl? Yeah, when they ran all the trick plays and ended up pulling off that victory or whatever. Man, that was Boise State has always been one of those teams that was kinda like in the mix, and I don't know about recently how they've been doing. I haven't really been following them that much, but I know during your time, that's when everything was really popping up there. So I definitely understand like the attraction, and plus, like I said, the blue turf. Like who wouldn't want to play on the blue turf? That's always appealing too, man. And it just goes to show you like people always want to aim for, D1 schools like Texas, big schools like that. But you had to start at Tyler Junior College. You've seen people like Cam Newton go to Blinn College and, junior colleges and even D3s and D2 colleges and still have a great career. So it kind of goes to show you like you don't have to get there right away. You can kind of work your way up. And even former Marlin cornerback Coriel Judy. He was in Kansas, Fort Scott for a while, then ended up going to A&M. So it's definitely possible. And I think for small school guys, we know how hard it is to get looked at when you're at a small school. It's so many schools out there, so many athletes. And when you're playing 2A, 3A ball, I think La Vega was 4A at the time, but still there's so many athletes. So just try to get in the door and then kind of, figure it out from there. And you proved that. Like you proved that you can make it happen. So Yeah, bro. I definitely think you're a role model to those kids. What happened after that? What happened as far as what's part of your testimony like since in that gap between Boise State and your coaching experience? What have you experienced in that time?
First off, man, like you said, man, you got to keep pushing, man. I kind of got in a dark moment that I've never been in my life. Like my first year there, like first very practice, I tore my Achilles. Uh, yeah, that was during the COVID year, and then we had a coaches change. Coach Harson, he went to Auburn, he got a better opportunity there, and we got a new coach, Andy Avalos from Oregon. He was a former Bronco as well, but it was just kind of hard, like battling that. But as I got healthy, I had made a few pop ups in the depth chart in a few big games, but the ball didn't really roll my way as I wanted it to. But everything happened for a reason, man. I don't question God at all. So now, like I said, I'm very blessed to be able to get a game to younger people. I got a couple cousins on this team. Got Marquise Taylor, Xavier Taylor. So I'm just trying to lead those guys into my footsteps.
Most definitely, bro. And like I said, man, you paved the way and you've shown those guys like what you can do. You've made it, from a small town and obviously you went to a small school then worked your way up to a big school. And I think that just shows a lot to those kids that it can be done. And as far as your walk with God, just playing I've interviewed already. I've interviewed Charles Hitchens, and Charlie Ward last week, he stepped into a coach role and that impact that you have on those kids as far as not just a coaching role, but like a father role, a minister role, just the way you live your life was a big key that Charlie Ward put out there. So what's that some advice you give them for like a life walk and keeping that staying focused, I guess, so to speak.
A certain standard that you have to live by. I mean, as far as like first like great grades, not getting in trouble outside of the schoolhouse. Because there's always someone watching you.
Pause. You were all academic at Boise State, right? I saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah, man. A
Yeah.
lot, a lot of people, and then I was also a 3.8, 3.9 guy in high school. So a lot of people like
And
get that
that's
mixed up.
huge, bro. I definitely wanted to I wanted to put the light on that because that I saw that and I was like, wow, like all academic Mountain West, like that's a
Yeah.
big accomplishment, bro.
No, I
So
had, I had like a 3.8, 3.7, 3.8 at Boise as well, man. I mean, that was just day one in my household. My mom she didn't really care about the sports if the grades weren't right. So man,
that's
that's
big,
definitely
bro.
number one when you in this type of business. You gotta stay the key. But as far as like battling on and off the field and in the classroom and inside the community, like it's like some people don't know that everybody's watching. Like you got people here at Chilton, here at Marlin, everywhere. Like when you on varsity making plays and doing this and that, it's always a younger kid watching you, man. So you just always have to, think about yourself, your example of yourself, the school, the community, and your name as well. So you just gotta set that standard for yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. I definitely want to shine the light on that, bro. Because when I was researching your accomplishments, I saw that and I was like, wow, that's big. It's big to have the play on the field, but if you don't make the grades, then you can't play anyway. So
Yeah,
you
in fact,
you might you might as well excel in the classroom as well. So yeah, we gotta keep those guys passing so we can finish off that state run. I'm watching y'all. I'm praying for y'all. Who we got this week? Who we got in the next round?
we'll have Fall City this Friday in Buda, Texas, and I believe Marlin playing Midlothian on Thursday.
Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that one. So we got one. We got Marlin on Thursday, Chilton on Friday. Of course, Mart's still in the mix. I forgot. I don't know.
We'll actually I pray that we get through this week, man, against Fire City. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're taking it one day at a time. But if we get this one, man, we'll play more next week, man.
Oh,
Somewhere in probably Waco somewhere. So that'll be a good one. But like I said, we're taking it one day at a time, man. We just moving one day at a time, one rip at a time. So but that'll for sure be a good game.
to definitely make my way out to that one because I love high school football. Obviously, that's one of the reasons for this podcast. I want to shine a light on the high school aspect of everything too.
Mhm.
That Chilton Mar game will be was gonna be fire for the 254 area for
Yeah,
sure. So we gotta
for
get through
sure.
this first one first. We gotta
Yeah, man.
take
Yeah,
care of
man.
business
We
at Fall
yep.
City first. Yeah, man. Um, man, what's something that you've overcome in your life? Like what is a struggle that you've gone through that might help somebody else who's facing that same adversity?
I mean, really no struggles as far as personal life or anything. But like I said, I mean, me dealing with an injury, that kind of put me in a place where I felt like I wasn't gonna be able to show like what God brought me here for. I felt like I wasn't gonna be the same as far as like athleticism wise, after the injury. But I actually came back stronger, man. It took me 7 months.
It's crazy. And we've
No matter what you're going through, like God put you there for a reason. He gonna make a way. So just keep your faith in him, and then everything will be all right.
bug is something else, bro. We've seen it, get a lot of people's careers ended. A lot of people that we know from the Marlin areas, careers have been affected by injuries, and like you said, I can imagine, when you go down and kind of put you in that mental, that dark place, like you said earlier, that it kind of puts you in a dark place where you kind of got to lean on faith and keep persevering through that recovery, rehabbing. I'm sure that's a horrible process. Obviously, you see it, in the NFL, but they have
Yeah,
different,
that technology crazy, but
yeah, they have different things that we don't really have, and I never had to deal with really any of that, from that aspect. But yeah, I can imagine because I've suffered from like, the mental struggles, the depression struggles. So I can imagine how that would kind of set you back because you there at D1, you're doing your thing, you're living, your dream, what you set out to do, and then something like that happens. And was the Achilles injury? Is that was that a non-contact injury for you?
contact, man. We was like I said, we was in the first day of practice, no pads, anything, just helmets.
Man,
And then I I went to take a handoff, and then I just fell. So everybody was like, "How you fall?" Then I had thought the quarterback tripped me. He was like, "Nah, man, you fell on your own." So I started laughing. I tried to get up, and I just fell back down. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" So I couldn't walk. So the trainer ran out there and she told me lay back. She started feeling on like my lower calf or whatever, and it felt like kind of like Jello, like a mushy feel. And she was like, "Yeah, man, you'll be out for this season. You got a Achilles rupture." But yeah, man. As time went on, it really, my teammates, my family. My mom was down for 2 weeks. She was there, so man. I mean, family lifted me up. It was right around Christmas break, so I mean, went home, just chill with the fam, and then once I went back, I was out for like 2 more weeks, and then I went on like started running underwater treadmill. So it was a cool experience, humbling experience. That was my first injury that I ever like suffered from. I mean, but like I said, everything happened for a reason, man. I don't question God. So
man, and like I said, man, that perseverance that you have to come back from that. Some people don't come back from it, and they have to do other things. But man, I'm sorry you had to go through that, man. But like you said, it all worked out for you as of right now, and man, we're praying for y'all. We're praying for these kids to stay healthy, stay on their grades, and take care of business on the field as well. Definitely rooting for the Chilton Pirates. If you don't know, that's where Taequan is coaching right now. And yeah, bro, like good luck to y'all, man. I hope for the rest of this season. You said y'all are 2 games away, right? Is it the quarterfinals right now?
my next week, and then it'll be state. Yeah.
Gonna be Chilton, hopefully Chilton Mart in that semis, and then we see who makes it to state and takes care of that, man. So, man, what is one Bible verse that motivates you? I know, obviously, I've seen you share Philippians 4:13, which is a huge one, and
Yeah, that's number one, man.
I can see why.
Yeah, that's number one for sure, man. Like I said, it's kind of like what my God charged go by, like the shirt you have on, His will. So I mean, whatever God put out there for you, I mean, I feel like He feel like you're ready for the testimony. He'll give you that strength to push through. So I mean, that's what I live by, man. And I also iron sharpen iron,
Sorry,
you
that's a
know.
good one too.
So that's That's what it is, man. Uh, appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for reaching out to me, bro. I mean, that made me feel like that my name still carry a little weight around here, man. But like I said, man, I appreciate you. I like what you're doing with, what I'm saying, getting different people in on the show, man. That's huge for sure.
Yeah, bro, you definitely are an inspiration. Like you don't gotta be, the Hall of Fame. You don't gotta be the NFL player. You don't gotta be that guy for these kids to look up to you. I think I mean, but like even right now, you're the Chilton Pirates. Those kids right now look up to you. They know what you've been through. They know the things that you've done and accomplished, and they want to accomplish things that you've done too. So yeah, bro, you definitely inspire them. You inspire me. I love watching you. I love watching your story. Like I said, I was around to see the transitions, from Facebook and stuff like that. You going to La Vega, then watching you go to Boise and kind of keeping up with you there. I would always check the stat sheet, see what you did and stuff like that, man. So yeah, don't think that nobody's watching you. And this is for everybody out there. Don't think nobody's, that nobody cares, or that nobody's watching you, because people do pay attention, man. But man, thank you for doing this too, man. You did it. I know we did it kind of abrupt, and I know you got a lot going on right now. So thank you as well, bro. Thank you for doing this and coming on the platform and sharing some words and your story with us, man. All right, y'all. If y'all stay tuned for more episodes coming soon. Stay focused and God bless y'all.